Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Welcome to my first impressions of the Infinite Warfare multiplayer DLC, Sabotage. When I first made this video, this turned into another I don't like Infinite Warfare video. However, I went back, I played this map pack in the afternoon, evening, and I had fun. And I'm terrified. Now there are two aspects of this. There's the first aspect of the actual maps themselves, and there's the secondary aspect of playing on the PlayStation 4. I want to talk about the maps first, and then we'll talk about playing on the PlayStation 4 and why I think that has a large part in my experience. But let's talk about the maps first. Dominion, the Afghan remake. This is the one that I have trouble placing here because personally, now you're going to crucify me for saying this, but I wasn't a big fan of Afghan in Modern Warfare 2. It was a little too campy, it was a little too slow paced, and the advanced movement does indeed make that go faster, but I really enjoy about this map is that there are some very obvious lines of sight. Like the lines of sight are still the same Afghan, so in that sense it plays like Afghan, but it's just a little bit more upbeat. It's a little bit faster, and it's, in my opinion, a little bit easier to see people on this map than it was in Afghan, but it is still the Afghan with advanced movement, however. It's the hardest one to judge, and whether or not I like it or not, we'll wait and see. I'm still thinking about it. Moving on to Noir. This is one of those maps where I can see it going really good or really bad. This is a really, it's a 3-lane map. It's a box square map. However, there are a lot of sub-routes. There's lots of different ways from getting from here to there. It's a big 3-lane map with little routes here and there, lots of good 2-story buildings. It reminds me sort of like Mayday, but it's a more complicated version of Mayday, which is a better version of Mayday if you ask me, and I really like this. The thing I like about this is that specifically on one of the sides, actually both of the sides, there is a lot more cover than the Treyarch simplistic maps, which is a theme you're going to see throughout this DLC, and it makes this map a little bit more enjoyable because it feels like I can go from cover to cover rather than just be out in the open and just win a weird 50-50 gunfight with boost jumping involved. I feel like cover is a more key aspect of this map than in the basic maps, but that could just be me. But again, I need time to sort out my final thoughts on this map. I've really only played 1 or 2 games, and it was of a team deathmatch and kill confirmed. I'd like to play a domination on this map to see exactly how it flows. The next map, Renaissance. Please excuse that horrible accent. I'm sorry. This map is a mix between Sanctuary from Modern Warfare 3, if you remember the beautiful Modern Warfare 3 DLC map Sanctuary, mixed with the beautiful Modern Warfare 3 map Piazza. Piazza and Sanctuary smashed together. This is a gorgeous, an absolutely gorgeous map, but it's a very narrow map. But it's a very complex map. It's not, well, I guess that's not the best way of putting it. It's an interesting map. It's a very narrow map, like I said before, so you would think, oh, it's kind of like Behemoth, maybe from Call of Duty Ghosts. No, it's not horrible like Behemoth was. It's interesting. This is going to be your team-based map. If you're playing Domination, even in Team Deathmatch Kill Confirmed, I found, if you have a good team, you're going to be able to spawn trap like nobody's business. I was spawn trapping with bots. I was spawn trapping with randoms on my team. That's just how this map is going to be. But because it is Infinity Ward, because I feel like the map itself is a little bit more detailed, I feel like it's better. And the thing that I love about this map, even though it is so simplistic, I feel that no matter what side I'm on, fighting up or fighting downhill, I always feel like there's a piece of cover, there is a position of advantage that I can use to strategically take out guys. There's lots of good cover, there are a lot of really good cheeky lines of sight, and I absolutely love it. That's why it reminds me of Sanctuary and Piazza. There's lots of good lines of sight, even if it's not like, you know, hay bales, it's head glitches. There's lots of clever points of cover and things to use as cover. It's really nice. And I can tell the community is going to like this map too because it is so small and chaotic. There's an obvious hot spot in the middle of the map, and it is very good for spawn trapping. So I can tell if you're a solo player, we might get our butts handed to us on this map, and that may be frustrating. Neon. Oh, Neon. This is interesting. This map is so cool. This map, thematically, give or take, it's kind of white, kind of bland, whatever. But this is one of the most diverse maps we've had in the past 3 years. This, to me, feels like a Call of Duty 4 map. This feels like a Modern Warfare 2 map. They describe it as a Z map, which means there's one spawn point, and then you have a little bit of area to the left, and then you kind of zig back down a main lane, then you kind of zig back over to the right, and there's another main spawn point. What this does is this creates a map flow which can rotate spawns. This is really integral to the Call of Duty formula, because if you have a map sort of like Renaissance or every single Black Ops 3 map where you just have sides where you just spawn flip, spawn flip, spawn flip, it's very monotonous. It's the same. It's every match is the same, and spawn flipping is incredibly frustrating and an uncomfortable process to go through. When you have a map like Neon or like this where spawns rotate, then the map flow is automatically 100 times better. That's hyperbole, but it's so much better to rotate spawns than it is to flip spawns. Playing Domination on this map, it feels like I'm playing Modern Warfare 3, Ghost, Modern Warfare 2, or Call of Duty 4 again. It's just absolutely brilliant. I feel the flow. I feel where the enemies are coming from. There's multiple buildings and really good lines of sight for long-ranged weapons like LMGs, assault rifles, and even sniper rifles. But the thing that's great, the thing that makes this map not just good but great, is that, I can't believe I'm going to say this, oh my goodness, I'm going to say this, the advanced movement, the wall running, and the cheeky ways you can maneuver this map make it incredibly effective for shotgunning. I said it, advanced movement actually works in this game. I just bumped my microphone. I know, it's weird, it's absolutely weird, but I think this is the map that we always say when we're like, oh, we can have advanced movement as long as the map's big enough. I feel like this is that map. That's weird. I mean, I reserve the right to change my mind because I've only played like maybe 4 or 5 games on this map, but each and every time, you know, I've used the shotgun on this map. I've used an assault rifle on this map and an SMG on this map, and they all play differently. Like every time I play this map, it's different, and I haven't gotten that experience since Call of Duty Ghosts, and it's weird for me. These maps are great. They really are. If you look just at the maps, if you import them into Call of Duty Ghosts, or if you put them into Modern Warfare 3, if you put them into Black Ops 2, they're going to be a great map. Now we need to transition over to another subject. We're putting them into Infinite Warfare. Specifically, I'm playing on the PlayStation 4. Now, I don't know what it is, but I'm playing on a strict NAT type on my PlayStation 4, as opposed to what I've been used to on my PC. The reason I bring this up is that aiming and getting kills on the PlayStation 4 at least feels very easy. Now, this could just be like a PC master race moment, but without the auto aim on PC, it's a struggle for me to get every single kill that I do get because it's just your skill in aiming. But going to PlayStation 4, I mean, I kind of think compared to even the Xbox One, I feel like the sticky aim is incredibly sticky on the PlayStation 4. Like, I feel a lot more accurate than I know in my heart that I am. It almost feels unfair. It does feel unfair, actually. Now, all that being said, I still do get what I believe to be unfair deaths. I feel like there are times where I shoot someone, I see them first, I shoot them first, and they can kill me by the time I hit them with one more bullet. And I feel like those happen every single game, and it is very annoying. That could be my strict NAT, I don't know, but I wholeheartedly believe it is the game. And I think a lot of people are saying it's the, not the refresh rate, not the tick rate, but it's the refresh rate or the send rate, whatever. I don't know all the details in that stuff. Also, I need to ask, did they buff the footsteps? Because I feel like I hear footsteps a little bit better. Now, it could be because the maps are a little bit bigger and the players are a little bit more isolated, which, hey, that makes the maps even that much better, right? That I can actually point out footsteps. But I feel like even if they just increase them just slightly, like they're right on the cusp of perfect footsteps in this game, like they really truly are. Make them as loud as your teammates and put on dead silence, and when I put on dead silence, make my teammates dead silence. Perfect footsteps. So anyway, that's my That's my Sabotage DLC multiplayer thoughts. Holy crap, that was a positive Infinite Warfare video. Wow. You know what, Infinity Ward? Good job. Good job. I am genuinely happy with this. Even if I don't like your game, even if your game turns out to be horrible and it's laggy and bad, I am proud that you were able to make these complex but fun maps. These are the maps that I loved in Call of Duty Ghosts. Yes, they're with advanced movement, and I don't necessarily like that, but man, good maps, guys. Good maps. So thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me your guys' thoughts on the Sabotage DLC maps. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What are your thoughts? Tell me now in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.